Have you ever pondered the future of transportation and the ever-growing role of electric vehicles? It's a question that's increasingly relevant as the world's transportation paradigm shifts before our very eyes. We're living in an era of transformation, where the familiar hum of combustion engines is steadily being replaced with the whisper-quiet operation of electric vehicles. This change is more than just an evolution of technology. It's a revolution in how we view and interact with transportation, a leap forward in our collective journey towards a sustainable future. Our current transportation landscape is dominated by combustion engine vehicles. They've served us well for over a century, propelling us towards progress with their robust power and relentless reliability. But as the world becomes more conscious of environmental sustainability, it's clear that a change is needed. Enter the electric vehicle, quiet, efficient, and environmentally friendly. These machines are more than just cars. They're harbingers of a new era. Electric vehicles, or EVs as they're often called, don't burn fossil fuels to generate power. Instead, they use electricity stored in batteries, drastically reducing their carbon footprint and making them a more sustainable choice for transportation. This shift towards electric vehicles is not just about environmental protection. It's also about economic sense. With the cost of electric technology falling and the price of fossil fuels rising, electric vehicles are becoming increasingly affordable. Additionally, governments around the world are offering incentives to promote the use of electric vehicles, further encouraging this shift. But this raises an important question. As we embrace the future of transportation, what happens to the millions of combustion engine vehicles that are already on the road? Is there a way to bridge the gap between our present reality and our electric future? The future of transportation seems to be steering towards electric vehicles, but what does this mean for our beloved combustion engine vehicles? As we'll discover, the answer to that question is quite intriguing, and it may very well change the way you think about your car. To appreciate the transition, we first need to understand what we're moving away from: the combustion engine. The heart of any traditional vehicle, the combustion engine is a marvel of engineering. Its design is based on a process where fuel, typically petrol or diesel, is burned inside the engine in combustion chambers. This burning process creates a high-pressure gas that pushes a piston, turning the crankshaft and ultimately driving the wheels. It's an efficient system, but not without its drawbacks. The combustion process emits harmful gases, contributing to air pollution and climate change. It's also noisy and requires regular maintenance. The fuel it runs on is finite and increasingly expensive. The combustion engine, while powerful and reliable, has its faults. Could electric vehicles be the solution? Now let's turn our attention to electric vehicles, the new age solution. These marvels of modern technology operate on a simple but effective principle. They harness electricity stored in batteries to power an electric motor, which then drives the wheels. Unlike their combustion engine counterparts, electric vehicles don't require fuel to run, making them a more sustainable choice for our environment. The efficiency of electric vehicles is another major advantage. They convert about 60 to 80% of the electrical energy from the grid to power at the wheels, compared to a mere 20% by gasoline-powered engines. However, they aren't without their drawbacks. The initial cost of purchase is often higher, and the lack of charging infrastructure can pose challenges. Additionally, the production of electric vehicle batteries can have a significant environmental impact. Electric vehicles are indeed promising, but how can we make the transition if we own a combustion engine vehicle? The good news is, converting your combustion engine vehicle into an electric vehicle is possible. Indeed, it's a process that has been gaining traction over the years as more and more people seek to align their driving habits with sustainability efforts. While it's not exactly a walk in the park, the conversion process is entirely doable with the right tools, components, and a good dose of determination. The first part of the process is, of course, understanding what you're getting into. Converting a combustion engine vehicle into an electric one involves replacing the vehicle's gasoline-powered engine with an electric motor. You'll also need to install a hefty battery to power the motor, as well as a controller that connects the motor and the battery, regulating the amount of power that goes to the motor. Now let's talk about the necessary components for this conversion. The primary ones include the electric motor, the controller, and the battery pack. The electric motor is the heart of your new electric vehicle, replacing the combustion engine to drive the wheels. The controller, on the other hand, is the brain, dictating how much power the motor should draw from the batteries. Lastly, the battery pack is the lifeblood, storing and supplying the electricity that powers the entire system. Besides these primary components, you'll also need some additional parts. These include a charger to juice up your batteries, a DC-DC converter to power your vehicle's 12-volt systems, and various smaller parts such as fuses, wires, and connectors. It's also worth noting that not all vehicles are suitable for conversion. Smaller, lighter cars are generally better candidates because they require less energy to move, making them more efficient when converted into electric vehicles. The conversion process may seem daunting, but with the right tools and guidance, it's entirely achievable. Remember, the goal here is not just about transforming your ride into a zero-emissions vehicle. It's also about contributing to a cleaner, greener future, one vehicle at a time. So if you're up for the challenge, let's plug in and drive towards a more sustainable tomorrow. Let's delve deeper into the conversion process. The journey from combustion to electric power begins with a proper teardown. This is where we strip the vehicle of its combustion-related parts. We're talking about the engine, exhaust, fuel tank, and other related components. It's a bit like a mechanical detox. Once the vehicle's been purged, we move on to the installation of the electric motor. This is where the heart of your combustion engine once resided. The electric motor is lighter, simpler, and a lot quieter. It's the soul of your new electric vehicle. Now, we have to consider the power source. An electric vehicle needs batteries, and these aren't your ordinary AA batteries. We're talking about a high-capacity battery pack capable of storing enough juice to keep your vehicle running for miles. Next comes the controller, the brain of the operation. This isn't your typical on-off switch. The controller interprets the input from the accelerator pedal and regulates the power to the motor. It's a crucial part of ensuring your electric vehicle runs smoothly and efficiently. We're not done yet. There's still the matter of the charger. After all, what good is an electric vehicle if you can't recharge it? The charger is installed in a convenient location, usually where the fuel cap used to be. Last but not least, we have the adapter plate and coupler. These are the links between the electric motor and the existing transmission system. The adapter plate is custom-made for each vehicle to ensure a perfect fit, while the coupler connects the motor's output shaft to the transmission. So there you have it. The conversion process is a step-by-step journey that transforms your old combustion vehicle into a sleek, efficient, electric machine. It's not a walk in the park, but the satisfaction of cruising around in your own converted electric vehicle makes it all worthwhile. The conversion process requires effort and time, but the results can be incredibly rewarding. You might be wondering, is the conversion worth it? Well, let's delve into that. First off, electric vehicles have several advantages over their combustion engine counterparts. For one, they're more energy efficient. While combustion engines convert only about 20% of the energy stored in gasoline into power for the car, electric motors convert nearly all of the energy stored in a battery to power the vehicle. Next, electric vehicles are cleaner, emitting zero tailpipe pollutants. This means a significant reduction in harmful pollutants that contribute to climate change and health issues. And then there's the quiet ride. Electric vehicles are almost silent, making for a smoother and calmer driving experience. But what about the cost? Yes, the initial cost of converting your vehicle into an electric one can seem steep. The price of conversion kits and components can range from £5,000 to £20,000, depending on the make and model of your vehicle. However, it's important to think of this as an investment, and here's why. The cost of running an electric vehicle is significantly lower than a combustion engine vehicle. Electricity is cheaper than gasoline, and electric vehicles are more efficient, so you'll be spending less on fuel. Maintenance cost is another area where you'll be saving. Electric vehicles have fewer moving parts than combustion engine vehicles. There's no engine oil to change, no spark plugs to replace, and no exhaust system to worry about. This translates into fewer trips to the mechanic and less money spent on upkeep. Furthermore, governments across the globe are incentivizing electric vehicle ownership with tax credits, cheaper parking, and more. These incentives can help offset the initial cost of conversion. So is conversion worth it? Well, it's not just about the money. It's about contributing to a cleaner environment, enjoying a smoother ride, and embracing the future of transportation. Converting your combustion engine vehicle into an electric one might be an investment, but the benefits surely outweigh the costs.